The highlights from this IRAP workshop training, or can say trip to Kenya, is that we have gained some fundamentals in fundraising. It's a key challenge for us as a refugee-led organization, having the right board. So we have learned that we must have the right board that will help us in fundraising, and that's one of the key things that I've gotten in. And also that we have to look for the aspects of becoming sustainable as the youth voices community. So even some steps that we have taken here is that as YVC, we are going to see how we're going to introduce the social kind of enterprise within YVC so that it can sustain us. So we are calling it the Didikazi. It's the digital literacy to livelihoods, and so that we engage the community and see how we can make them pay a commitment fee so that we can sustain ourselves as the community. So that's one of the key highlights which I got from this, is how to fundraise within the YVC community.
Some of the highlights that we've learned so far are about some of the great requirements on family reunification pathways that are being undertaken by different governments to try to understand some of the criteria that we think that refugees should meet to be able to be eligible for resettlement processes, especially on the family reunification basis. Those were very, very fundamental for us, and that is what we are focusing, to make sure that families are united and together all the time.
Many of you might know that refugee resettlement takes ages. As a result of conflicts in different countries, families separate, and then some of them find themselves in different countries. Wars cause family breakups, not by the design of these families, but because everybody wants to save their own lives. So many people find themselves in different countries, in different localities, especially like in the US when a family is settled. And at the same time, refugee resettlement takes ages. So family reunification is an important aspect of bringing these families together and making sure that they reunite and continue to live as a unity of the family.
IRAP has actually helped us a lot in conducting family reunification. For us as Relon, we get to screen clients, and of course I'll be talking about where do we actually get these clients to screen. Most of them walk into our offices, and they will only walk in after we've actually educated them on what we do as Relon.
I think the importance of IRAP working with refugee-led organizations in Kenya is just going to the source of every issues, because we strongly believe that in previous time a lot of people have been sitting in high table deciding for refugees but not consulting them directly. So I strongly believe that coming to the grassroots where everything started and getting the information at the source, it's so crucial. The Refugee-led organizations have brought a very great initiative to making sure that they are providing the information from their own. Like in Relon, you have this slogan that say, nothing about us without us. So meaning that anything that you are planning for us, you need to involve us, that you also give our input as individual, not basically just trying to bring it the general perspective of what we think, and yet we are able to articulate it on our own.
We have seen the impact which has been made by refugee-led organization with a small funding which they receive. So first of all, it's the impact which is being made by refugee-led organization with a small funding. So another aspect is the capacity building. So when a refugee-led organization partner with the international organization, they exchange expertise. And as at YVC we have been saying, we have been learning along the way with the expertise for experts from these international organizations.
It's important to put communities ahead, making sure that communities take a lead in issues that affect them, because we know they understand their own problems, they have the solutions. The only thing they need could be resources, could be supporting them with the capacity, for example, understanding the different legal pathways in the US, and making sure that we work with those ones who understand these issues, like community-led organizations, refugee-led organizations, to be able to reach out to these communities. I think this is an important partnership within IRAP and our local partners in making sure that we reach to those communities that are in need.
Some of our short-term goals is, first, the first 3 months is to have a clear proposals that align with the donor missions and vision and donors' recommendation. The second thing is establish an effective board of members that can impact the organization and try to do more of marketing of the organization. Other long-term goal is ways of fundraising. Create concepts, sustainable fundraising, how would you fundraise, and developing consistency. Like you can just some people do maybe fundraising after 2 to 3 years. Maybe when you can see my organization is collapsing, maybe you see the activities is not sustainable. Coming with ways like creating a good sustainable fundraising needs a lot of consistency, commitment, and communication.
One of the first things that we identified that we need to do as a team is we need to come up with that one thing that makes us different from other RLOs, so that then we are able to build up and people are able to recognize our work. We'll start mapping out the donors that are going to be in line with what we do, so that we do not miss out on possible partnerships. We have one of our projects, which is DigiKazi. Initially, it started as a training for young people to learn basic computer skills, but now we are doing advanced skills. And then we also added a commitment fee to that. So we are looking at what possible avenues can we convert our program DigiKazi into a social enterprise, so that we do not only rely on donor funding, that we can also, our own programming can supplement donor funding.
We as Relon Kenya, we need to conduct a research about the donors, especially international donors, on the key thematic areas they are working on, and check if they are in line with our activities, so that when we are looking for funding, we are at par and we are at parallel, we are at synchronize each other. We need to raise funds from the donors, but the issue we need to ask ourselves, what about the going concern aspect of the organization? So we need to raise money for long term, and therefore even if a donor gives us money for a project for 1 year, but based on the gaps that we want to fill and the solution we want to offer to the society, if the money we are getting is only for 1 year, we need to rethink as well on how can we fund the project beyond 1 year. So that is a key issue that we need to do.
5 years to come, what I would like to see is to see a very good collaboration between donors and refugee-led organizations. I want to see more trust, to even more funding to refugee-led organizations who are basically doing incredible work in the community, but a lot of donors be very skeptical about engaging with them directly. So I want to see the direct engagement with donor, and I want to see refugees sitting at the decision-making processes tables where they are able to articulate their problem. I want to see refugees sitting in various platforms where they are able to speak out and make their voice heard by everyone.
We hope that IRAP is going to continue partnering with the Refugee Led Organization because we are reaching a wide range of people with small funding that we get. So we encourage them, to continue capacity building, fundraising, and training the Refugee-Led Organization on the ground, because we have impacted more, and they have even made us to grow as a Youth Voices community.